Okay, well, we'll wait for everybody else to check in, but thank you for being with us today. I'm going to be the timekeeper sort of today. Any questions, please email us, and the recording and form will be sent out hopefully by tomorrow night. So here's another one. There's people coming all the time here now, so, but we can start anytime you like.
All right. Should we start with the in the vast, unmeasured worldwide spaces? Yeah,
Sounds, yeah.
sounds good. All right. I'm going to stand up and I invite you to just, if you've been sitting a long time, stand. And if you haven't and you want to sit, you may do that as well. And it's been a crazy day for me, so I would just like to invite all the speech sounds to surround me, to give me root into the earth, as well as uh, entry into the spiritual beings of those sounds. And not only do they come, are they all around me, but they all come from behind. All the sounds come from behind, and they either come from behind and go straight through in a dramatic gesture, it's the teeth and heart palate, or they come from behind and go above and flow down like the shh does, or they go underneath, boom, in the epic realm, in the will. So let's just do the first, and then we'll do the verse. So FSSH. Good. And I bet you know this verse well enough you could do it with me. I'm going to say it a line and I'll just keep on going and then you can say it in case you don't remember it, okay? In the vast, unmeasured worldwide spaces.
In the vast, unmeasured worldwide spaces.
In the endless stream of time.
In the endless stream of time.
In the depths of human soul life.
In the depths of human soul life.
In the world's great revelations. Great.
In the world's great revelations.
Seek the unfolding of life's great mystery.
Seek the unfolding of life's great mystery.
Wonderful. Thank you. And is there anyone who has a thought about Capricorn, not the form yet, because we'll be doing that with Laura, but with the words or the verse? Anything stick out over the month, or do you remember from last time we were together? And why don't I just say the verse so that you can hear it and see if anything arises in you. May the future rest on what is past. May the past feel forward to the future, to power existence of now. In innermost life resilience, give strength to the guarding of worlds. The blossoming might of life unfurl. May the past bear with the future. And that first part, I did not pay attention to something. So let me try it again. May the future rest on the past. Boom, there's a period at the end of that. May the past feel forward to the future, to powerful existence of now. So I just want to correct that. All right. Any thoughts, questions? Diddles? You can unmute. Talk to me.
Well, I have a comment because I see futures. It's a very, very common thing for me to see in any situation, this might happen, and if I do this or that, various things will happen. So I see futures, but I don't do it with the kind of presence of mind that's advised here. And that's what is being advised as far as I can see. Think of the past and the future and be present as the past sees these different futures.
Yes, and when you do speech, of course, that is always what is happening, because if you're present and you're this vessel for the speech, when you're present in the present, but the sounds and everything else come from the past, come from behind, which is where the past is. And then we have to use our breath to move into the future. And so the speech just really speaks to these verses, I think. And I found probably this is the easiest one to work with that we've had so far, I think. Anything else would you like to
I have a comment about the verse from the Bible. It's sort of interesting where they cut the guy's ear off. Is that the right verse? And
Yep.
so anyway, I looked into this, and what happens was if somebody was like make a contract to be like serve somebody else, they would put a spike through the ear into the doorpost, and a little bit of blood would go on the doorpost, and it would leave a scar on the ear, and this was a sign of the contract. And the name of this guy, Melchior, means king. So there was a contract between the priest and the king. And by cutting off the ear, he would break the contract. And then later on, Christ healed it, and the ear was healed again and said, no, I have to go through this. We're not going to break this contract.
Thank you for sharing that, John. I did not know that. That's really interesting.
Mhm. Mhm.
Wow.
So how about if you we unmute a minute and everybody just take a line, just so we can go back and finish the Capricorn, and then we can send it over to Laura to work on the verse. We're just gonna do it. So Becky, why don't you start? May the future.
Okay, and I wrote down a different version, but
Did you?
It
Well,
should be in the chat. Her version should be in the chat if you want to look at it. But either way,
oh, Debbie's version,
yes.
But you go ahead and use your version. That's fine.
it's very similar, especially the first line.
Okay.
Okay, well, okay, here we go. Turn that off. May the future rest upon the past.
Good. I was just looking to see what I've used something else that I don't remember, but okay. Yes. And Chris, you want to try the next one?
Chris is
Well,
muted.
that's the Aquarius you have in the chat.
Capricorn. Well,
Okay, now I'm unmuted.
it's in the old chat, but I can put it in the new chat.
Oh, that's okay.
I
It
can
doesn't
do,
matter. Whatever you all have, just go ahead.
okay. The second line, may the past feel the future.
Somebody else?
To strongly exist in the present.
Excellent. Ursula?
I have hardly any sound, so I cannot participate. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm
John?
traveling.
Well, I can hear you well. Thank you. John?
In the counterstance of inner life.
Okay, Becky, you want to just finish it?
May the world being's vigilance grow in power. May the might of life's activity flower. May the past bear the future.
Good. Can you just give the future out? May the past use the bear the future. Everybody try that.
May
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 the
the
past
Past.
bear
bear the future.
Good, because that's going to take us in today. All right, Laura, on to you.
Okay, so last week or not last week, whatever, last month we worked on this for, and it for Capricorn, and I am wondering what experiences you had working with the form, how that went for you, and then we'll also put color on the form. We've been working with it in blue, and so I've drawn it up here in with a blue-violet square and the orange stars. So you don't have to do it that way. It's up to you what colors you wish to choose to put on there. So, and as before, you don't have to redraw the form. You can take a blank sheet of paper and put it on top of the form that you have already traced over many times, and you'll be able to see the lines through it and draw with a graphite pencil and make corrections, and then put the colors that you want on that. So while we work on that, you can maybe tell me about your experiences with working with the form if you wish.
I worked with it, weaving it, and it's boy, in an awakening form for sure.
Yes, it certainly is. Wow.
And speaking the verse with it was really a challenge because of the weaving. I think if I
Right.
didn't weave it, it might have been easier. I don't know. But that was my experience. I had to really focus,
Yes.
draw it, and to speak it. And I think it goes back to what John was saying, that you have to be in the present. You have to really be awake to the fact that you're in the present and the relationship of past and future to the present was
Yeah.
and I thought it went well with the Bible verse too. And for our time, courage is needed.
Yep.
And it brings redemption, if you can use your courage in a situation, it does bring
Yes.
redemption. So that
And
I enjoyed this form. I found it challenging.
yes, it is challenging. And I think that when I have used it not woven, I have worked with it that way, and it is still a very awakening form, even not weaving. And so if any of you used it, without the weaving, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure you found it to be awakening enough, but with the weaving, it really is awakening. And you can see with these woven forms why it's so important in Waldorf schools to wait until 4th grade to, weave anything, because it is very awakening at every juncture. You have to be awake. Oh, do I go under or over? And
Right. And even just the points. I mean, even if you're not
Yes.
weaving, you're
Right.
constantly changing direction.
Direction. Yes,
You know?
exactly. So that's why it's awakening even without the weaving, is because all those points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And this time when I was working with it, I had the experience of kind of wishing that all 4 stars were like a continuous form instead of just the 2 on the top and the 2 on the bottom. And you could do it that way. You could, but that's not how I received it. But I mean, it could be drawn that way if you just connected these lines here. And then I thought, it's not as awakening that way. You can kind of go to sleep in a continuous line, right? So to have these 2 up here and then have to stop that whole thing and then come down here and do these, that's another awakening
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good experience for me.
I found I got into a lovely rhythm with the shapes.
Good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also very, even though it's awakening, there certainly is music to that form.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other thoughts or questions?
I thought it was a very serious form. When I was doing this, I suddenly my whole mental process became very, very clear and focused. Like, and I did this a lot without the weaving because I found the weaving to be very difficult to do. If I did it without the weaving, I could remember the form and just draw it out from memory. But
Perfect.
it's hard to draw the weaving out from memory.
Yes, yes. That's true. So, and as I said, it's perfectly fine to work with it, not woven. It's awakening enough and focusing.
I had a question about the was it the maxim? Courage becomes the power of redemption.
Redemption. Yeah.
I have never heard that word redemption. I didn't come from a religious background.
Oh.
I don't know. I know the word redeem is the same thing, the power to redeem somebody else or to redeem yourself. That's like
Uh-huh.
to improve. You're like a little bad and you get better somehow. You redeem yourself. You move into betterness from badness.
Right.
Is that what it means? Yeah.
Kind of. It's like if you, and it's used, in very secular situations, not necessarily religious. So you can, if you misspeak, for instance, and you hurt someone's feelings, then you can redeem yourself and, say you're sorry and say something different, right? That's just a very secular situation. And there are many situations like that in life. So although the word redeem has religious connotations, it isn't confined to that meaning. And same for redemption, which is just the noun version of the verb.
Yeah. So you can redeem yourself now or you can wait till slightly after you die and then you go through the burning
Actually,
redemption phase.
that's not what Steiner says. You don't get to wait until after you die. The work that you have to do must be done now. It has to be done in life. You don't get to wait until afterwards and then you're going to know everything and then be better. It doesn't happen like that. You do get support from the spiritual world, as you expand and go through all the spheres, as we explore in the soul types class or the soul styles class. And then when you you have gifts bestowed upon you and you bring those into your new life based on what you did in your life, not based on what you did between lives. So yeah, redemption and transformation and redemption are things that have to have at least their seeds here on earth.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. I came across something in it was an article that I was reading about, and it made me think of when you just said what you said about having help. I think that's what you just said, or guides as we do the
Yes.
work here in this earthly life. And I'm just wondering, I thought I read something about there being an angel that's connected to each of the.
Uh-huh.
So is that something that we can talk about here, or?
I certainly can talk about that for a few minutes.
An angel connected to where?
To each of the to each of the zodiac? I'm not really very clear. It was just something I came across. I think it was Steiner's article about the angels working in the astral, or maybe it was something else. But I've been reading a lot of different things. But anyways, if you could just, if that's okay, I'm curious how the angels are, like the colors and the soul moods. I'm just curious how they also work within these.
Right. So the constellations and the planets, the planetary spheres, are all colonies of spiritual beings. So they don't have just one angel, they have groups of spiritual beings, and they're not necessarily from the rank of angels. They can be archangels, they could be archai, and even higher, the very high seraphim and cherubim, especially in the constellations. Those are the beings, the very high beings. The first hierarchy really sort of watches over our whole system. So yes, you can make connections with them. And one way of doing that is working with these forms and the verses that Debbie is bringing. So,
And isn't it the archangels that are associated with Capricorn?
well, the archangels are associated with every single constellation. It's not just Capricorn. They may have some special relationship with Capricorn, but it's not like they've separated out, and you know what I mean? So there each of the way I understand it is that each of the constellations has representatives from various hierarchies. So yeah.
So you can go around the zodiac from the angels and Pisces through to the Holy Spirit, and
You can,
Or-
and I'm still saying that all of the hierarchies are represented by every constellation, but there is a special, relationship with the angels to a particular constellation or the seraphim or whatever. However, that doesn't mean that only seraphim are there or only angels are there. They're sort of families of spiritual beings. When you're finished putting your color on, I would love to see your forms. Oh, nice. Very pretty. Oh, and you wove it this time, John.
Well, I wove every one because I couldn't figure out which were the ones that should cross and which were the ones should go underneath.
Oh,
So
I see.
I'd left
Well,
little
the top.
spaces. I figured I'd fix that later.
Okay. Yeah, for the weaving, you start however you want to start, like with an over, and then the next you stay on that line, in that direction, and the next one has to be under if the first one was over, and it always follows that pattern, the over, under, over, under.
Okay.
Yeah. It's extremely logical.
Until you lose track.
Until you lose track, exactly.
Yes, that's us being illogical, not the
Yeah.
process.
It's not being focused enough. Then you
Right.
lose track. You're like, oh, I lost my focus.
Oh no, I've gone over twice. Yep. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. That's lovely. Nice. Oh, there's a nice, pretty one. It's all woven. Beautiful. Thank you, Chris.
I must admit that I'm getting a little confused because I'm using different translations
Oh, yeah.
for different things, and there's
I think that I read the wrong translation to Capricorn just now.
well, I was trying to find my Capricorn, and I found John's one, and I think it was slightly different, but now I've found it since. But I know my Aquarius that I've been working with in Eurythmy is different. So it's like,
Well, I have 4 different translations, and John creates another one. And
yeah.
So I said to John, you know what? Because I cannot translate because I don't have enough German. So I just go with what kind of where the sounds work.
Mm.
So today we're going to use, instead of the Aquarius one that I was been working with to bring, we're going to use John's, see how that feels. And then and I just said we could just do his from now on. That's fine with me. The inner gestures are all the same, but the words are awkward when you translate.
Yeah. They are.
Are you using the ones from Spring Valley? Which translation are you using?
I
With Eurythmy?
I think they're the Spring Valley ones. I got them from Cynthia Hoven.
So
I don't have them right next to me at the moment.
yeah, so I have one translated by members of Eurythmy Spring Valley. I don't know when that was. Then I have another one that someone else translated, and then I have another one that the Eurythmy group in England and Ireland did.
I have the push translations. That's what I've been using for years, but I like these different translations are great.
Yeah, I am enjoying it's like when I do the calendar of the soul. I will use one translation, then I'll go to another translation for another week. It just
I
it's
think it
good.
helps.
Flexibility of soul is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
To not be used to be used to something and then try to find something else. Also, if you have something kind of in you in one way and you're working with it through speech and form drawing, it may be good to just, kind of blow that up and try something new. It keeps us young. It keeps
I
me
think
young anyway.
I think the different translations help you understand them too. I think
Yeah.
it deepens your understanding.
But I'd like to say, if you all want to go to Spring Valley over Easter, they're going to be performing this in
Yeah.
Eurythmy. So I don't know which verses they'll use, but then you can see the whole thing. And it's online as well.
Oh, really? Online too?
I don't know if the performance is online. Many
Oh.
parts of the conference are online. The lectures are going to be online.
Yeah. I don't think the
Eurythmy
in-person is going to be online. I wish it was, but I didn't get the feeling from what came from the society that the in-person part will be online.
Uh-huh.
Just the
That's
just the
bad.
lectures.
Because in the Goetheanum, when they do conferences, they did the
Yeah.
theater, speech and drama, and the Eurythmy stuff. They did put some of it online. It was so nice to be able to see.
I'm hoping I may write and ask
Do and then let us know, okay?
they could make that possible because I can't get there.
Okay, it's getting time to go to the next section.
You all about ready? You're all looking down, so that means you're not ready. We have a whole nother form to do. We have another verse to do.
I was reading through what the John's Aquarius translation that I just copied from the
from the chat. Yeah.
From the chat.
So I'm going to I would like you just to listen to the 3 different translations just to see if, and really I'd love you to have an inner experience. I'm not going to read them so beautifully in speech. I'll do my best, of course, but just to get the feeling of what they're trying to say, and then we'll end up using John's. Okay? All right. So the first one, may the confined yield to the unconfined. Whatever lacks boundaries, may it ground for itself in its depths, its own bounds. May it rise up in the stream as outflowing wave itself containing, in becoming to essence attaining. Confine yourself, O confined. Second one. May the bounded yield to the boundless. What lacks a boundary shall found. Bounds for itself in its depths. May it rise in the current as wave in dissolving sustained, in becoming, its being creating. Bound yourself, O boundless. Okay, I take a breath. Sorry, I need to find the other one. This. May the limited yield to the unlimited. What lacks boundaries should found. Boundaries in its own depths. What lacks boundaries should found boundaries in its own depths, and should arise in life's stream as a flowing wave self-sustaining, in coming to existence self-shaping. Limit thyself, O unlimited. So out of those translations, which we're not going to work with, what did you have an inner experience of what Aquarius is all about? Nothing.
It seems to flow between bounded and unbounded. And somewhere in there, between being bounded and unbounded, there's this strength. There's this ability to sustain oneself in there. That's kind of how it strikes me.
And that's how it felt to you, not so much
Yeah.
in your head, but in your feeling.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Anybody else?
I feel this kind of outflowing and inflowing, this kind of wave movement, which is very
right. Which water
Like
makes sense.
Yeah, that was exactly what I felt too. It was just sort of like here and then almost, yeah, like almost pulsating too.
Exactly. I see a little one behind you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anything different?
I was feeling like way back in the first incarnation of the earth, where we were all part of this great ocean of spirit being, and then we formed a boundary. We became a little unit in this sea, this spiritual ocean. And so we feel ourselves here as a unit, as a little limited, but we also have this ability to be limitless. So I'm just,
Was that experience when you heard it, or is that because you've been working with the translation and this is what you kind of came to with it?
yeah, I've been working with it.
Yeah, exactly. But this flowing and this expansion and contraction, when I was working with it, and I love that interpretation, John. But that feeling of it. When I was working with it, I thought, well, the only thing we can do is actually move back and forth, because that is really what it is doing, and work with the M a little bit. So that's what I would like to do. Laura, tell me how much time I have. Would you mind? A little undisciplined with time.
Okay.
Somebody tell me how much time I have so that I can.
You
It's 20 to 4 now.
you have until 3:50, and so
Yeah.
that's
10 minutes?
10 or 11 or 12. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's stand up and play with this a little bit, please. So it starts with limited. And so just kind of do this. Bring yourself in, contract. Good. And then it goes to limitless or confined and unconfined, whichever you want. And it goes back out. So you have this expansion. Good. Now, if you think of the sound of M, everybody just go, almost like you're singing. What do you feel on your lips?
Vibration.
Vibration, yeah. So you have this vibration. And if you think about it, if I just go through the consonants, b, p, lip consonants, p, there's something different. So everybody just do a b,
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 p,
B.
What's the difference between the M and the B and the P?
B, P.
B and P are more explosive,
Yeah.
right? And is kind of more harmonious. I don't know another way to say it.
Sorry.
Becky, what?
Well, one just, I don't know, the P feels kind of like wet.
Yeah, it is. It's explosive. P is an explosive. A B is more of a boundary. But an M, there's no. So where's the air? B, P, even
In the M, it's held in the mouth more.
yes, it's the only sound that does not have air going through. The air goes through. It tingles. It vibrates. The f does too, and the but the breath is going through. And an M it doesn't. And yet the M is about meeting. It's about meeting the other. It's about flowing. Right? And eurythmy, it's this, right?
Yeah.
So isn't that interesting that on the lips in speech, it just and often when I teach it, I probably maybe have done this with you. I say, take a little bit of chocolate or your favorite food and taste it. Yeah. And it can have as much sound out as in. And it's so, you can go, which I would never do in speech, but it's almost like a song. And then, but do all that gesture first and just go, and then instead of holding and holding and holding it, you just got to let it go. It's like you're giving someone a kiss. Yeah. So that reminds me that it makes sense to me that we have this limited and limitless in the sounds, or the confined was a little bit too for me. I like the limit. So just say the word limit.
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 And you notice that there's an L, which is the only water sound we have. Then Aquarius is water, and well, Aquarius is air as well, right? So, but it's the water man, so it's confusing to me. Anyway, so if you have this just do the L and the M. And then there's interesting, it's a T at the end, which is very grounding. T. So now just say limited.
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 Excellent. Now limitless.
Limitless.
So, and the limitless, thank you, John, goes all the way out. It just keeps going with the L and the S. Lutz, right? But with limited, the T and the D, ground it. Limited. Limitless. You try it.
Limited. Limitless.
Good. Very good. So this first line, limited, offers yourself to the limitless. Just try that line.
Limited. Offers
yourself to the
is a limit.
limitless.
Excellent. Then you have this whole the whole thing with at the end. We have all this schputz in the middle, but at the end it says limit yourself. So we have this contraction. Limit yourself. Try one more time. Yeah.
Limit yourself.
And then we have the O. Anytime you have an O, there's a surprise. Oh,
Oh,
right? Always in any word, you'll find there's a surprise. You look for it. But oh,
Oh,
limitless.
limitless.
Huh? So that we have this bookend here of this limited, this contraction, limited, then offer yourself to the limitless. And again, limit yourself. Oh, limitless.
limit yourself. Oh, limitless.
And doesn't that feel good? Also that you have this, it's also a bit of the masculine feminine in this. Limit and limitless. And so in the middle, we have what I want to do the rise up within the stream, because I want to work with the rise. So it's a counter stream. So you're imagining rising, but you see how my speech went rising, but we don't want to say it that way. We want to say it down as we imagine it up. Rising.
Rising.
Yes, good. So then we say, rise up.
Rise up.
Very nice. Most people would go rise up, but you didn't. Yes, well done. Rise up within.
Up.
Try again.
Rise up
Within. Within where?
The storm.
The stream. Not storm, stream. The stream. So put your fingers through with the stream. And then you've got the M at the end. Stream. So we have rise up within the stream. And you're rising up, 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 up. There you are. As a standing wave maintains itself. Try that. As a standing wave. Just try that.
as a standing wave.
Then the M again. Maintains itself.
Maintains itself.
Then in emergence, existence. Just try that. Go in.
In emergence, existence.
Forms itself.
Forms itself.
Good. Going to go back to, because we can, what lacks limit, what lacks, blech, what lacks limits. That's a tongue twister in itself. Try it.
Lacks.
What?
What
Lacks
limits.
limits.
Good. Now let's see if we can put some motion into it. What lacks limits?
What lacks limit?
Lacks limits.
And another M. May ground.
May ground.
Ground.
Good. May ground where? Itself in depths. Try that. May ground itself in depths.
May ground
Ground
itself
itself.
in depth.
Yes.
Good. May ground itself in depths of its own limits. May ground
Ground
in
itself.
depths of its own limit.
Limits.
Very nice. And we keep going. Rise up within the stream. Your turn.
Rise up
Up
within
in
the stream.
Good. As a standing wave maintains itself.
As a standing wave maintains itself.
In emergence existence forms itself.
In emergent
existence
forms
forms itself.
itself.
Limit yourself, O limitless.
Limit yourself, O limit.
Limitless.
Very nice. And I think when you work with this, you can move back and forth as you speak it and then work with it with the form. But if you just have this feeling of water, boom, 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 it will be, it will help. Did I miss something, John, in your translation?
No, no, that was very good. Then we have 20 minutes now for the new form.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I'm all energized now.
That's the point of speech, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Woof, energy, let's move. All right.
What I find about form drawing is it does something similar. Whenever you do form drawing with a class of children, they're always really energetic at the end. So hopefully that will be something that you experience yourself. I'm gonna put a dot. Did we just now start recording?
Did you forget to record, John? Oi, oi, oi.
Oops. Okay, so we have dots here, and then in, the same position for each of these isosceles triangle quadrants of the form. Okay. So if you are there, like not that you have this form on here, but that if you have the square and the diagonals and the dots in each of the quadrants, just give me a thumbs up and I'll continue. Okay, Catherine. Some people are still working on that. Yes, thank you, Mona. And Debbie. And Jennifer. Okay, so let's go ahead. We also, it will be helpful if you have dots here, 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 and here along these diagonals, not too far out from that center intersection. Okay, so the first line let's do is this wave, this kind of wavy line here. from dot to dot, and you can go from left to right or right to left. I don't care. Whatever is easiest for you. And since you have a piece of paper, you can turn your paper around and do that on all four sides, or you can try to do it, you know, from all four directions. There, and you make this curve that, you know, like bends itself towards the center of the form right here. So it kind of comes out toward the outer part and bends in. And make sure that it bends in enough, not dramatically, but enough that there's something else that can fit there. Because there'll be another line coming there. Okay, and then over here. All right, and then I want to go through the whole, like one whole gesture of this form, and then we repeat that 3 more times. So we're going to, right now, we're going to start over here where we possibly ended that. And we're going to come up here and now make a sharp turn and go up a little bit and then down and make a loop inside, and then take it to the dot there that you created on the diagonal. So you got this and that. So it kind of looks like a person holding a banner or something. That. So we're right here where my finger is. And now take a look at this curve here. It crosses that line, but it also crosses 2 other lines. So it actually, this curve crosses 3 lines, or 3 line segments, 3 quarters of this square, quadrants, I guess. So we make that line cross at that dot and this dot. And now we come almost to this far dot that we created, but just inside it. You want to make another dot there, that's okay to stop yourself. So this is what we have done so far. We've come here and we've made this loop and we've crossed a line, we've crossed a second line and a third line, and now we're coming into this quadrant and we come just that far. We only come to there. And now we create, you know, a kind of leaf shape by crossing the line we just made by coming into that quadrant. So we came up here and then down and crossed here. Okay, and then we're going to cross that wavy line that we made to begin with and cross it and come back. Cross it and then we turn around, come back, and then we go through that leaf shape that we made. And then come to that dot, that outer one that we made. Okay, and this outer dot really corresponds to this dot over here. These two correspond to each other. So we've actually, if we stopped, you know, right there, then we would have the entire, really would have the entire gesture of this form. This would be what we're repeating. We're doing this. And then we're going to do it all over again. And again, and again. Okay, So I just erased that wavy line that I had made before, so you could just see this is really a piece, you know, that's a 1/4 of the line. Okay. So now we're going to draw that again because we're going to continue the line, and that's where we ended. So we're going to begin again and create that wavy line. And now this dot where we ended, where I've stopped, corresponds to this here, right? And so we're going to be making another loop. Going up a little bit or away from that diagonal line. And then we make the loop. Do this weird, because it's upside down for me. Okay. Yeah, and then we will be crossing the lines and coming into the next quadrant. So do your best. I'm doing my best to make this loop. I think that will be good. Yeah. So we come toward the center and then back out toward the line here. And then we make our loop. And this line. And then we cross 3 again. We cross 3 points. So we are we move into the 3 other quadrants. So we go through this dot and then we go through this dot. Uh-oh, did I take you through too many dots? Okay. And then we come in here and stop. All right, I made a mistake. There are more dots that we should have drawn. Okay, so we've got these 4 dots here. And then we actually have crossing points here, 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 and here, and it makes a kind of rosette in the center. Sorry about that. So if you would back up with me, I'm sorry to disturb your concentration. So we're going to come back to this line here. And instead of crossing out here, we're going to cross midway between the center and this dot that we created. And then we're going to come out. Yeah, we'll still come to this line here. So we've done this. We're not crossing here with this line. We are with this one here. Well, this could be the crossing point. Yeah, that'll be fine. So if we can correct that, not cross, take this line and move it toward the center a little. Sorry about that. So then we come with this one. We've come out here and we've made this loop. And then we come through here. Let's see, point, point, and then this, yep, outer point, inner point, outer point. That's what we do. Outer point, inner point, outer point, and we come here. And this is the corresponding point to this in the previous quadrant. Okay, so now we're going to make this leaf shape. Come out here and cross over that wave here. Go through the leaf and come back to this point here. So what we just did is this whole gesture And this is really like the standing wave that maintains itself. So now we're here. And this corresponds to this point and this point. So we're creating this loop again. This loop here. We come in, and again, if you want to turn your paper and draw the form in that way, I'm down with that. I just am doing it this way because this is what I have. Okay, side here, and then there's our loop. All right, so we've made our this loop, and now we're going to cross this point here. And I made this a little bit big, so I'm going to pull it down again so I can get by. All right, so here we have this. And now I'm going to come across here, and then I'm going to cross at the inner crossing point. Here I'm at the outer crossing, inner crossing, and then I'm going to go out here to this outer crossing place, the outer point. Okay. Now I can come into here. Remember, I'm coming in and making this leaf point again. Here, you can stop for a moment and take a breath. When I got this form the first time, I thought, well, they were trying to teach us that discretion is not easy.
Yeah, this one just no way.
And if you feel that way, you're welcome to just copy out the form and trace over it. That's a step.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wonder if it would be easier to follow if each of those different things were in, for me, different colors.
We can do that.
Well,
Definitely.
I may be the only one that has the crazy eyes, so.
Well, that may be, but even so, I used to do that with my kids. You know, I would like do things, different parts of the line in different colors so they could see more easily what, and I can do that too for this. I'll finish the form and then I can do that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna again come around here. Oops, maybe not that wide. All right, and then yeah, make a loop here. And wait a second. No, that's right, isn't it? Oh no, I went the other direction. This is a mistake I make with this form frequently. You have to come around and bring the so I'm going to start here. Okay, then come around like that, and then come back over here. So we stop here, then we make this leaf shape, cross the wave, and come back. All right, so now we're on this side wave here. So we come up, and now we're about to draw our last gesture, our last loop, inner loop. This one here is we're going to now do over here. All right, and so now we come down to this outer junction here, the outer dot, and then the inner dot, and then the outer dot, and we're coming up to create that leaf, that leaf shape. So we're finishing up this gesture here, crossing the outer dot, and then the inner crossing, and then the outer crossing. So, and then we stop here, sort of. And we stop because then we have to turn around. or turn the line around. Okay, and we're going to come over this through the leaf and back to that edge, that point over here. And now we can breathe a sigh of relief. We have completed the form, for better or for worse. And if you really want to, work on your form drawing, you can redraw it. But if you've got the main idea, if you have the basic idea, and you've been through this process, then you're good. You don't have to beat yourself up. So right now I'm going to do what Debbie and I were just talking about. I'm going to do this form in the 4 colors. We have a few minutes, don't we? Okay. Okay, so this is how I've shown it to you. I'm going to do this in light green. And then I'll do the line again in an orange. Can I stop there? No. Yes. There. I'm going to go over the orange one again. David? Okay, someone's at my front door and David isn't available. I will be right back.
Okay. And then I think we're supposed to weave this form too, right?
Right. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, and then we'll do purple for the next line. And then the last one I will do in yellow. All right, well, I hope that is helpful.
That is helpful. And now we're supposed to weave it, right?
Well, that is the idea. But we are running out of time, so I'm not going to go through the weaving.
Sorry, Laura, is there a way to get that a little zoomed in, please?
Sure.
Just for a second, if there's time?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's time because we can just finish up by saying the verse with it. So.
Okay.
It's not the to the right a little bit, Laura.
Yeah, I know. I can
Oh,
see
okay.
it.
You can. Okay.
I'm not controlling the Zoom thing very well. Here we go. There.
we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You might want to take a screenshot of that.
Mhm.
And then take the diagonal lines out.
We can do that. Yeah, the diagonal lines are not part of the form. The square, however, is part of the form. Now I've done these in different colors, but really the way we should work with them to begin with is, or with this form and any of the forms I give you, is to start them in a blue, preferably a blue that doesn't have green in it, and work with it that way, which is why we always start the class with putting color on the form. But even in putting color on the form, would not be like this. I wouldn't separate it into four because it really is a continuous line. I would do the whole thing, this whole inner line in one color. I'm just doing this so that you can see the different parts.
And it's very helpful for my eyes anyway.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
So thank you for doing that.
Is there
You're
any way you could put the numbers, like starting where you start for the first? And then I know I can see where the orange starts for 2.
welcome. Oh, you know what? The green and the yellow sort of look the same to me.
Right.
Sorry about that. Let me see if I can do that in a different.
Maybe the green and the blue. Put blue on the green
Put blue on the green.
because the yellow is nice and bright.
Yeah. Alrighty, I'll try that. Okay, so instead of green,
Oh, that's the green. Oh my gosh. I thought that was the yellow. So there you go.
well, no, this was the light green up here. The yellow's over here.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
So pretty.
It is a beautiful form, I think. So now can we tell? Yeah, we can see that. That
Yeah.
stands differently, doesn't it? So we start here with that line, and then we go, that's where we continue. So I guess 1, 2, then we go to here, 3, and start with the purple. And then come here and start with the yellow, or whatever color that you're using. It doesn't matter.
And do we trace the box first?
Oh, yes, you do. So the square is first in it all is supposed to be in blue at this point. So we go this direction with the box, and then actually where you're supposed to start is here and go, that direction. So you start here when you're just tracing the line in a continuous line, and you go like this. Because you're actually going the opposite way for your tracing than what we drew it in. Not that one way is easier than the other. To me, they're both pretty equal in their difficulty, but for the tracing and the meaning of the form, where we do start here and go, what is that? Basically clockwise, because you're going from this quadrant to this quadrant, this one and this one. So that's a clockwise movement overall. And the tree associated with this form is the black spruce, which you can kind of get a feeling for if you think of the tangle of the black spruce branches. As this is the trunk, and here is like a cross section of the tree. So that's what it made me think of. When I was told that the black spruce is associated with this. And when I say associated with it, I mean associated with the being of, with that being, the being or beings of the constellation of Aquarius. And there are, trees and stones and things that are associated with the beings of each constellation. And so black spruce is one of the major ones. Okay. So the meditation for this form, or the meditation to go along with the verse and working with the form in addition to the verse, is something from the Apocrypha. And I don't know if in the Hebrew Bible it's considered part of an Apocrypha, but it's some, church fathers decided that these books were not, part of they shouldn't be part of the accepted versions of whatever of the Bible. And so, they put them in the back, at least in my my Oxford Annotated English, the New Oxford Annotated Bible with Apocrypha, expanded versions. Anyway, the book, it comes out of the book of Tobit, which tells a marvelous story of this boy named Tobias, who's the son of Tobit. So you might just want to read the whole thing because it's very cool, but it's not part of the New Testament or the Old Testament, but it would be part of the Old Testament in terms of time. And the verses are chapter 4, and it starts with the words, "Watch yourself, my son, in everything you do," which is in the middle of verse 14. And it goes until the middle of verse 19, this section that I was asked to tell you about. So the whole thing is, watch yourself, my son, in everything you do, and be disciplined in all your conduct. And what you hate, do not do to anyone. Do not drink wine to excess, or let drunkenness go with you on your way. Give of your bread to the hungry, and of your clothing to the naked. Give all your surplus to charity. And do not let your eye begrudge the gift when you make it. Place your bread on the grave of the righteous, but give none to sinners. Seek advice from every wise man, and do not despise any useful counsel. Bless the Lord God on every occasion. Ask him that your ways may be made straight, and that all your paths and plans may prosper. So that's not homework. It is just a suggestion to go with the working with the form and the working with the verse.
Should we try quickly to go through the verse, or we're 5 minutes over, so really it's up to you all, the participants. You're okay for us to do that? All right, Laura, you want to try?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do it with my fingers since I've got all these colors.
So many colors, yes.
Many colors. Okay.
It may offend you, but it really is helpful to me, so thank you.
No, I'm not offended.
All right, let's see if we can do this.
All right.
Limited. Offer yourself to the limitless. What lacks limits may ground itself in depths of its own limits. Rise up in the stream as a standing wave maintains itself. In existence, emergence forms itself. Limit yourself, O limitless. All right. Well, thank you all. And we will see you next month. Enjoy working with the and the limits and the standing wave. I love the standing wave maintains.
Yes, thank you for your good work.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
I love that, Mary.
Very cute.